Hey everyone, it's Mindy again. I wanted to catch up with you on what we've talked about so far on our challenge. So, whatever your challenge is, I know mine was still posting for 60 days, and I was writing down some things of all that we've talked about. And the first thing we said was accountability. Who are we being accountable to? Are we being accountable to ourselves, or do we have someone we're reaching out to that helps us be accountable? Keeping a calendar, tracking what it is we're doing, how we're making progress. That is a wonderful way of keeping accountable. Our comfort zone. Our comfort zone is important because we need to be comfortable during this stage of accomplishing something, or we might quit. We need to be comfortable visually, physically, audio, if we need to listen to music, whatever it is that helps us be comfortable in our environment. We need to make sure that we are making our surroundings somehow comfortable, as much as possible, that is. Resistance. What resistance do we have? I mentioned environment. We do have some things in our environment that do give us a lot of resistance. Maybe it's our home life, maybe it's our school, our work, our time, a physical element that we have to deal with. And our advantages. We also have our physical can be an advantage. Our family can be an advantage. Our education, our know-how in life to do things, that could be our advantage. We also have our perspective change of our resistance. So I mentioned advantages first before we go down to our perspective of our resistance, because we need to keep in mind what it is that we know and we feel good about ourselves with before we can say, okay, well, our perspective on our resistance can change because now I know I have all this great stuff going for me. So what is that power that you have? What can you tell yourself that you are resisting that resistance? You are going to let yourself overcome that in your life. And then when we see others as being perfect and we're not living up to it, who is it that was on your list? What did you identify that made them perfect? And what is it you identified that made you not perfect or as perfect as them? Or even things that you didn't have to be perfect at? What were those things? And then we need to talk about our speech, our phrases. Is it positive, negative? How do we get reactions? And how can we reword what we say so that we get those positive reactions if we're not? And then that brings me to what perspective can I focus on that will improve my speech? So after all of that, we have enough to make a vision board. I met someone recently who she goes around and she works with people individually to create vision boards. And she's talked about how successful that is. Now, I thought it was a great idea. It's something I'd want to do, but I thought it was something in our spare time just to get us refocused. But she was talking about the power, the impact of doing a vision board. And I highly recommend it. Putting one together, it really staples in what it is that you feel you are and what you're capable of being. So I encourage you, make a vision board. Make yourself stronger. Make yourself more motivated by seeing that strong visual. And the things that we've gone over recently, I think that will get you a great kickstart on everything you need to know about yourself.